Libby, let me just start with you on what changes you expect them to make to PPP.
Yeah, Kelly, well, good to be with you as well. So this is, they're making some changes on issues that they've gotten a lot of feedback from. The Treasury Department has claimed that they cannot make these changes unilaterally, that they need Congress to make these changes. I think there are some people who may disagree with that. But the point is that this bill will address two important things. One is the period that will allow the forgiveness of loans, which is right now in the law, it's only 8 weeks. This would extend it to 24 weeks. And then importantly, it would also provide some clarity that in order to get loan forgiveness, proceeds don't necessarily need to go just to 75% to pay for payrolls. And that has been an important sticking point. Businesses have struggled with this particular issue. So these are two very welcome changes. I think some people will say it's kind of too little, too late, but important that they're doing it nevertheless.
Jaret, what does it tell you that all of the funds available have not actually been taken up now since they re-upped the PPP program?
Well, sure. So imagine you're a small business owner and you hear about this great deal and you can get this cash. And then every day there's a new rule, a new restriction on how you can spend it. I think there's just a lot of fear out there that the monies aren't going to be forgiven, and that if you bring back these employees before you have customers and then you can't get the loan forgiven, that you've driven yourself straight into bankruptcy. And so when we look at this legislation, this is really about providing that clarity, not just for those who have taken out loans, but so that new applicants will show up and spend the $100 billion that's still sitting there.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting you say these changes aren't meant to be radical. If anything, they restore the program closer to what Congress intended when it was originally passed. But again, there's still about $100 billion left. So do you think those funds now will be more eagerly tapped? Does that tell us, especially if they change the period of using the funds from 8 to 24 weeks, do you think that will help small businesses, help the recovery?
I think this is an enormously important first step, but it's not going to fix the problem. At the end of the day, you have some companies that are already in week 6 or 7 of the 8 weeks where they felt they had to spend the money. They're probably going to need an additional amount of financing to pay the rent, to keep the lights on until social distancing has eased enough for customers to come back. But I mean, this is still a big step, and this should get that other $100 billion out the door pretty quick.